Most people believe greatness comes from talent. They look at champions and assume they were born different, stronger, smarter, more gifted. But talent alone has never guaranteed success. Every year, thousands of talented people waste their potential. And every year, disciplined people surpass them. No athlete represents this truth better than Khabib Nurmagomedov. Undefeated, dominant, relentless. Not because he was the most talented, but because he mastered something far more powerful: discipline. This is the mindset that made Khabib one of the greatest fighters of all time. Long before the UFC, long before the fame, long before the championships. There was a young boy growing up in Dagestan. While other children spent their afternoons playing games, Khabib was wrestling. His father, Khabib Nurmagomedov, wasn't just a coach. He was building a champion. Training wasn't optional. It was a way of life. Long before the cameras, long before the fame, Khabib learned a lesson that would shape the rest of his life. Discipline comes first. Everything else comes after. A place where toughness wasn't admired. It was expected. From an early age, Khabib was taught that success wasn't something you wished for. It was something you earned. Every day, through effort, through sacrifice, through consistency. While most children were focused on comfort, he was building habits. While others looked for entertainment, he was developing discipline. And those habits would eventually separate him from everyone else. Years passed, the habits remained, the discipline remained. While others searched for shortcuts, Khabib kept showing up. Day after day, month after month, year after year. By the time he entered the UFC, he had already spent thousands of hours doing what most people refuse to do: repetition, sacrifice, consistency. Most people wait until they feel motivated. That's their biggest mistake. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you don't feel like doing anything. Khabib understood something most people never learn. You cannot build greatness on emotions. You build greatness on standards. Discipline means showing up when you don't feel like it, training when you're tired, working when you're distracted, staying focused when nobody is watching. That's what separates winners from everyone else. Not motivation, discipline. Most people spend their lives avoiding discomfort. Khabib did the opposite. He embraced it. Every difficult workout, every exhausting training camp, every sacrifice. He understood that pain wasn't the enemy. Pain was part of the process. Growth requires discomfort. Strength requires resistance. Success requires sacrifice. The reason most people never reach their potential is simple. They quit when things become uncomfortable. Champions keep going. Talent can give you an advantage, but talent is unreliable. Talent doesn't wake up early. Talent doesn't train for years. Talent doesn't stay focused under pressure. Discipline does. History is filled with talented people who never fulfilled their potential. Because talent without discipline eventually loses, every single time. Khabib wasn't relying on talent. He was relying on preparation, on repetition, on habits, on consistency. Things that anyone can build, if they're willing to pay the price. When people see Khabib's undefeated record, they see the victories. What they don't see are the thousands of invisible decisions, the early mornings, the discipline, the sacrifices, the moments when nobody was watching. That's where greatness is built. Not in front of the crowd, not under the spotlight, but in private, day after day, year after year. 29 fights, 29 victories, 0 defeats. One of the most dominant records in combat sports history. But the record wasn't built inside the cage. It was built long before fight night, in empty gyms, in early mornings, in moments when nobody was watching. That's where champions are made. The lesson from Khabib's story isn't about fighting, it's about life. Everyone wants success. Very few people want the process required to achieve it. Talent might open a door. Discipline keeps it open. Talent might give you a head start. Discipline wins the race. And if there's one thing Khabib Nurmagomedov proved to the world, it's that discipline will always beat talent when talent refuses to work. The question is, what are you doing today that your future self will thank you for?